An octopus can have 3 hearts, blue blood, and still struggle with something as basic as swimming. That sounds like evolution got carried away. But every strange part of this system solves a real problem. Octopuses live in cold, salty water, where oxygen can be difficult to move efficiently through the body. Their muscles demand energy, their nervous system is enormous, and their soft bodies have no lungs helping from above. So evolution built a circulation system that looks almost alien. And once you understand why the blood is blue, the reason for those 3 hearts starts making perfect sense. Start with the color. Human blood is red because our oxygen-carrying protein is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin contains iron. When oxygen binds to it, the familiar red color becomes more obvious. Octopuses use a different oxygen-carrying molecule called hemocyanin. Hemocyanin contains copper instead of iron. When oxygen binds to that copper, the blood appears blue. So no, octopus blood is not blue because the animal is mysterious. It is blue because its oxygen transport chemistry is different. And that chemistry is extremely useful underwater. Hemocyanin performs well in conditions many octopuses regularly face. Cold water can make biological chemistry sluggish. Seawater can also vary in oxygen levels. Some octopus species live in deep or chilly environments, where efficient oxygen transport matters enormously. Their blue blood helps them operate under those conditions. But there is a catch. Hemocyanin does not carry oxygen in exactly the same way hemoglobin does. An octopus therefore needs a powerful circulation system to keep enough oxygen moving. That is where the 3 hearts enter the story. 2 of the hearts are called branchial hearts. Each branchial heart sits near a gill. Their job is surprisingly specialized. They pump oxygen-poor blood toward the gills. Inside those gills, something important happens. The blood releases carbon dioxide and picks up oxygen from the surrounding water. Then the freshly oxygenated blood travels toward the 3rd heart. This 3rd heart is called the systemic heart. It is the main pump. The systemic heart sends oxygen-rich blood from the gills throughout the rest of the body. Think of the system like a strange 3-pump delivery network. 2 pumps push blood toward the oxygen station. 1 powerful central pump sends the refreshed supply everywhere else. That sounds excessive until you remember what an octopus actually is. This animal has 8 highly muscular arms. Each arm contains huge numbers of neurons. In fact, a large portion of the octopus nervous system is distributed through the arms rather than concentrated only in the central brain. Those arms bend, twist, grip, taste, explore, and manipulate objects constantly. That takes energy. Then add the rest of the body. The octopus must power its brain, digestive organs, skin, muscles, and rapid color-changing systems. Its chromatophores can alter appearance with astonishing speed. That camouflage is not simply paint sitting on the skin. It depends on active control. All of this needs oxygen. Now the circulation problem becomes clearer. Water contains far less oxygen than air. Extracting oxygen from water is therefore demanding. The animal must continuously move water across its gills, while also keeping blood flowing efficiently. The branchial hearts help push blood through those gills. Without that extra pumping force, supplying the body would become much harder. But here comes the weirdest part. When an octopus swims using jet propulsion, the systemic heart can temporarily stop or greatly reduce its beating. Yes, the main heart responsible for sending blood around the body becomes less active during one of the animal's most demanding movements. That sounds like terrible engineering. And in a way, it helps explain octopus behavior. Jet swimming is expensive. An octopus pulls water into its mantle cavity, then forcefully shoots that water through a siphon. The reaction pushes the animal in the opposite direction. It works brilliantly for rapid escape. But it costs a lot of energy. Because circulation becomes less efficient during this kind of swimming, octopuses generally prefer crawling along the seafloor when they can. Suddenly, their movement style looks less lazy and more economical. Walking with 8 arms is often cheaper than blasting through the water like a biological rocket. The 3-heart system, therefore, reveals something bigger about evolution. Evolution does not design animals from scratch. It modifies what already exists. Cephalopods developed inside an underwater environment where oxygen transport, pressure, temperature, and body structure created very different challenges from ours. Humans solved oxygen transport with iron-rich hemoglobin and a four-chambered heart. Octopuses followed another route. Copper-based hemocyanin handles oxygen transport. Two branchial hearts help move blood through the gills. One systemic heart distributes that oxygen around the body. Different chemistry, different plumbing, same fundamental problem. Keep the cells alive. And there is another detail worth noticing. The octopus has what scientists call a closed circulatory system. Its blood mostly remains inside vessels rather than freely bathing the organs. That helps create higher pressure and more controlled blood flow. For an active predator, that matters. Octopuses are not passive blobs drifting around the ocean. They stalk prey, squeeze through tiny spaces, manipulate shells, escape predators, solve physical problems, and sometimes launch sudden bursts of movement. Their circulation must support all of that. The system is complicated because the animal itself is complicated. Even its strange blue blood has limitations. Hemocyanin is sensitive to changes in temperature and acidity. If environmental conditions shift too far, oxygen delivery can become more difficult. That becomes especially interesting when scientists study how marine animals respond to warming oceans and changing chemistry. The same adaptations that help an octopus survive difficult conditions can also create vulnerabilities when those conditions move outside the range its physiology handles well. So the three hearts are not some biological luxury. They are part of a tightly connected survival system. Two hearts push blood through the gills. One sends oxygen around the body. Copper turns the oxygen-carrying blood blue. And together, they support an animal whose muscles, arms, camouflage, senses, and nervous system demand constant energy. The strange part is not that an octopus has three hearts. The strange part is how logical those three hearts become once you see the problem evolution was solving. Underwater, oxygen is harder to obtain, circulation is demanding, and movement can be expensive. The octopus answered with blue blood, specialized pumps, and a body unlike almost anything walking on land. Three hearts may sound excessive. For an octopus, they are simply what it takes to keep 8 arms, one extraordinary nervous system, and one very strange life running beneath the sea.